My mother knew there was a chance my son wasn't mine. She admitted she kept it secret, hoping the baby was mine and wanting to spare me the pain. Now she says she's sorry, but I feel completely betrayed. I'm 26 and I'm still so angry about this even though it happened almost over a month ago. My ex-girlfriend, 27, who I've been with since high school, cheated on me. Supposedly, she couldn't handle the guilt anymore and told me there's a good chance the 10-month-old baby boy I thought was mine might be from some other guy. As it turns out, I'm not the father. I'm super pissed off and hurt, and feel like a effing moron more than anything. We're obviously done. I told her I never want to see her again. I've moved out of our apartment and living with my friend now, working on getting me removed from the birth certificate with an attorney so I can officially be done with them. I guess everyone's deciding to confess their sins to me because now my mom is admitting that she knew the baby wasn't mine and she's sorry for not saying anything. She knew since my ex was pregnant that the baby might not be mine. My ex called her up crying and confessed to everything when she first found out she was pregnant because she was scared that I might figure out I'm not the father. Cheating ex is one thing, but seriously, my mom. Feel more betrayed that she of all people would hide this from me. The one person you're supposed to trust and whose first instinct is to protect you. I can't believe it. My mom keeps saying she's sorry. She never told me because she hoped the baby was mine and didn't want me to get hurt. A whole effing mess, 10 months of taking care of a baby I thought was mine, and she thinks this was the better outcome than I do know, getting a effing paternity test after birth so that I didn't waste all this time. At least my dad and my older brother are pissed off about what she did too. But everybody else won't leave me alone about how I'm being with my mom. They all think I'm punishing her too hard for this, and she thought she was helping me at the time. That I need to forgive. But I don't know if I can do that. To be honest, I don't know what I should do about my mom. She always been there for me, but these feel like something I can't come back from. Any advice? Best comments. Jesus Christ, man. The legal issues she's created for you alone is enough reason to never speak to her again. Your name shouldn't have ever been on that birth certificate. I'm sure you're going through tons of emotions and trying to work out personal things, but you need to put 100% of your energy into getting your name off that certificate. Otherwise, this can be a long-term problem. Yeah, I know. Now I have to deal with this bullshit on top of spending all this money on my lawyer just so I don't end up being financially responsible for this. Trust me, I am. This isn't a mess I want to deal with for the next 18 years. She's so desperate for a grandchild that she hurt her own. This was my thought too. She didn't tell OP because this was a chance to be a grandma and she threw him under the bus for it. If my mother did this, I would ask Dad for a paternity test as a show of how up she had to be in case she did this before. We did an ancestry DNA thing years ago, so no, that's not it. They were never in a relationship anyways. Update number 1. 17 days after the first post. It's been a long couple weeks, not gonna lie, but it feels like a lot of time has gone by with everything that's happened. Took some time to get the anger out of me. Broke some stuff. Went on a solo trip to clear my head and feel like it accepted my reality. The support I've gotten here helped so much. It feels good to just be heard, you know? Once I was back, I had a long conversation with my mom. Everything that I needed to tell her. The fact that she chooses to stand behind a cheating liar over her own son no matter what good intentions she thought she had, let her say whatever she needed to say to me. All this talk about wanting me and my girlfriend to be a family, for that baby to have a loving father and not wanting to hurt me. Then I told her I was done with her. Honestly, there is nothing she could do to gain back my trust that would ever make me want her back in my life and not look at her in total disgust. I said that I'm sorry, but she's dead to me. It's better now she accepts I don't want to see her anymore. Not with how much this has effed me up. My mom obviously tried to fight me on this, but I only said if she wants a child so bad, then go ahead and call up my ex. But not gonna let either of them hurt me again. You can imagine some of the shit I've gotten from other family, but the second I said I'll cut off from them, they stopped. I've changed my number. Only my dad and a few other people know. Crazy part is I definitely felt a lot lighter after that conversation with her. Took me a couple days to process and accept it. My dad at least is there for me. He was there to hold me when I broke down from everything. As far as the situation with my ex and refusing to go after the real father, well, that was a total shit show. It took a lot to convince her to do this for me. Asking her if breaking me mentally and emotionally wasn't enough for her, since she was going to fight having me on the birth certificate when I just wanted to completely be free from them. Finally, a couple days ago, she told me who it is, and she promises she'll cooperate with removing me from the baby's birth certificate. I had suspected the reason she was refusing so much to say who it is was because it was probably someone we knew personally. It's not anyone in my family, at least. The snakes you never realize you had in your life, it takes a toll on you. So that's another thing I'm trying to process since it's still so fresh. Trying to get through it though and finally heal from everything. At least legally, it might not be such a hard battle. Unless she changes her mind, which honestly you never know. I'm hoping she doesn't because all I want is to be done with them and not be stuck paying for someone else's kid for 18 years of my life. This wasn't such a happy update. At least I've learned who the real toxic people in life are and have cut them out. Best comments: I am so sorry for what your mom put you through. Your ex is one thing, but your mom took away your choices and was willing to saddle you with a lie forever. At least your ex confessed. Good luck with everything, and I'm so glad you still have your dad and other family. Yeah, my ex here is the fucking worst. But the fact that it was my own mom covering for her lie cuts deep too. I don't want either of them in my life ever again. My dad's been the most supportive. I'm really glad to have him on my side. Don't think I would have made it these last weeks without him. I'd say your mom is the effing worst here. Your ex might be self-serving and betrayed her boyfriend, but your mom is self-serving and betrayed her own son. Her own flesh and blood were worth betraying for her own selfish wants. Update number 2. OP wrote another post on another sub, 163 days after the last update. This post describes another situation that his mother created and gives us an indirect update on his situation. My brother got married a few months ago. His stepson, my nephew, turned 11 last weekend, and they threw a small party at their house. My mom and I aren't in each other's lives since last year. To summarize, my ex-girlfriend cheated on me. Her baby turned out to be someone else's kid. My mom knew the whole thing, even about me possibly not being the father because my ex confessed to her but never told me. So now we don't talk anymore. She left me alone, and my family keeps us separate, as in for special occasions either she goes or I do. Or one of us leaves before the other arrives so we don't see each other. I've been with my current girlfriend for months, and we barely found out a few weeks ago she's pregnant. It's a surprise to us, because we were trying to be careful but happy nonetheless. That info slipped to my mom, so then it was constant bugging to be back in my life again because she wants to know her future grandchild. However, I made my stance clear. Nothing's changed. I don't know if my brother planned this or not. He swears he didn't. My mom went to my nephew's party first and then left by 4, so my girlfriend and I went there after. Not even an hour later, my brother told me she called and said she's coming back so we can talk. He told me she barely dropped the news on him right now. So we decided to leave because that's the last thing I want. He urged me to stay though because it's a big deal for my nephew, especially since it's his first birthday with us being officially family because they got married recently. I love my nephew, but dealing with my mom right now is the last thing I want, and my girlfriend was supportive of that. Before I left, I did give my nephew his gift and told him how we love him, but something came up. Wished him a happy birthday again, then we left before she got there. My brother is mostly pissed off for leaving early since my nephew was happy we were there, and I couldn't suck it up for a few hours to be around my mom just so his son could have everyone in the family around.